Okay, the first question says, given f of x equal to 3 to the exponent minus x plus 1 minus 3, then they want you to draw the graph showing all the asymptotes and intercepts with the x's. So let's get to it. Firstly, we're going to calculate the intercepts. Okay? So, you know, if we're going to calculate maybe the y-intercept, what do we do?
X equals to 0.
What?
If we calculate the y-intercept,
Yes.
x is equals to 0.
Okay. F of x is the same as y. So let's do that. F of x equal to, we're making x be equal to 0, right?
Yes.
So we'll have 3 to the exponent negative 0 plus 1 subtract 3. So this one you can just do it on a calculator straight away. It will give you an answer.
Okay.
You don't have to sweat. It gives me 0 on my side, meaning that the y-intercept, we have the coordinates 0 and 0. Let me just, yeah, that's the y-intercept. And then let's go to sure. Calculating.
I was shouting at them because they can't let me do this. So let me do it and then I'll shout it out.
For the intercept.
Oh, I do have the mic.
Hey, I thought you joined test 2. I'm on just. Khalifa, how much is it cost? 10,000. Khalifa. 10,000 Khalifa.
Electronically.
10,000.
You know the electronic.
Okay.
You know, you don't know. That's the speaker. Look at this. You're not on one page. That's the speaker. Imagine doing the whole thing like this. And I had to do the logo. See this logo I did it by myself. Everything I did it by myself. So it's delayed me, bro. Electronic caliper is very expensive. You know if that takes so much Vertex?
So yeah, we're going to let okay, let me just edit something here. You can write it as 3 to the exponent 1. It doesn't make any difference. So second step, we are going to transpose negative 3 to the exponent 1 to the right hand side. So on the next step, we're going to transpose negative 3 to the exponent 1 to the right hand side. So
when I'm done with
it will be like 3 to the exponent negative x plus 1 equal to 3 to the exponent 1. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So
yeah,
the bases are the same. We equate the exponents.
No, don't have to. Your answers and then I'll check.
It's like once you finish, there's no review.
Oh, you didn't review.
No, I know review. I can review.
Because we have same
once you
basis, we
want to
can
submit, you
equate
can't see what you answered.
the exponent. So negative x plus 1 equal to 1. And then let's transpose positive 1 to the right hand side. When it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. So negative x equal to 1 minus 1. It will be equal to 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 gives you 0. So the value of x is equal to 0. So our x-intercepts are 0 and 0.
0 and 0.
So if you can check, we have the y-intercept as 0 and 0, x-intercept as 0 and 0, meaning that this graph passes through the origin. Passes through the origin. So yeah, let me try to plot this graph. Okay, you have x-intercept, you have y-intercept, right?
Yes.
There is a manual thing at the very beginning of the manuals.
This one and this one.
I'm going to try to plot it.
Amazing.
So if it's going to work.
Entirely, bruh. Can you find which note, which part? You're from which part?
Huh?
From which part?
Manuals. Go to Pinus Pin, there'll be things. Pinus Pin, stress, Italian. At the beginning, it says it will mention the things which cause critical stress.
Okay.
Okay, the first point is at 0 and 0. Okay. I must have a point somewhere here. And then, okay, let's calculate one extra point. So to get this one extra point, we're going to let x be equal to 1. In the equation, we have 3 to the exponent negative x. To the exponent negative x, which in this case will be 1 plus 1 minus 3. So that point is minus 2. So the point is negative 2. Okay, meaning that when x is 1, another point that we have is minus 2. So we are going to use these key points.
Since in the morning we've been waiting, guys. I didn't close yet.
So the first point is at 0 and 0. And when x equal to 1, the value of y, it's -2. And then in this -3, it's our horizontal asymptote. Meaning that you're going to draw a dotted line that intersects the y-axis at -3. So this line, the graph is not supposed to touch.
Yo. How is it going?
I will try to draw this thing here. Do you still see my screen? Or
I do see.
okay, fine. As you can see that I have a Cartesian plane here, the y and the x axis. The thing is my first time using this thing. As you saw what we were using yesterday, so I don't really know. I haven't really figured out how it works, but I think our points are we have okay. Something like this, but it's supposed to be smooth. Okay, let me fix these lines. Yeah, it's coming together.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take it up. Yeah. I wanted to move it up a little bit. Yeah, let's just say something like this. But okay, this is -1, -2, -3. So the graph is not supposed to touch -3, meaning that these points I must take them a little bit up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's something like this. So when they're saying okay. Oh. Yeah, here's the graph, how it's supposed to be. Forget about this one that we were attempting. Do you see it?
Okay.
So,
Yes.
let me. I'm trying to remove this one. Move it to the side because it's yeah. So your graph, you're supposed to put it like this. So this is how your graph is supposed to be. But remember that on this line, if it's -1, -2, -3, here you're supposed to have a line that is a horizontal line, dotted horizontal line, to show that you have an asymptote as at y equal to -3. So
Okay.
let me try to add that horizontal line. Yeah, something like that, but it's supposed to be a dotted line.
Okay.
So you know that your graph is not supposed to touch this line. It's not supposed. It comes closer to the line, but it doesn't touch the line. So the only thing that will be remaining, or that will be left, is for you to add your points. So here you will say it's 0 and 0.
Yes.
0 and 0. You add that point, and then the second point that you can add is that this line is equal to y equal to the y equal to -3. So here you can say -3, or yeah, I just write -3 on this line, and then so the other point is that one that we've calculated. When x is 1, like when x is 1, then y somewhere here it's -2. Then you are done plotting your graph.
Okay.
But always remember that your graph is not supposed to touch this line. If it touches this line, then you have a problem. Your graph is not supposed to touch this line, because the asymptote means the line that the graph is not supposed to touch. It's like it gets closer to to the line, but it doesn't touch the line.
But so
So okay, let's proceed to the next question. So the next question says, calculate the x value when y equal to 5. So what we are going to do, we are going to take the equation that we are given and then equate it by 5. That is what it means. You're taking the equation that you were given and equate it by 5. So the next step, we're going to take -3 and transpose it to the right hand side. So it is negative on the left hand side. When it goes to the right hand side, it becomes positive. So next step, we're taking -3 to the right. So it will be 3 plus 5. So 3 plus 5 is
8.
3 plus 5 is 8, right? So after you get that 3 plus 5 is 8, what's left for you to do? What's left for you to do? Because 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, let's just put 8 here. So okay, fine. And the next step, we are going to use the law of logs because we're dealing with exponents. Okay. So if we have something like this, 3 to the exponent negative x plus 1, we can write it as log something. We can write it as log base 3 to the x plus 2 x plus 1, or log negative x plus 1 to base 3 equal to, and then we also use log equal to log 8. It's log 8. So we got the laws of logarithmic. This can multiply. You can write it here like you can bring it here to multiply log base 3. So which means we can write it as negative x negative x plus 1. Huh?
Are you busy reading?
What?
Because we are still on the.
Oh, ish. I forgot to switch to the other screen. Oh, forgive me. I forgot to switch to the other screen. Let me just switch to it right now.
Okay, no problem. I thought maybe logged on there.
No, I forgot to switch to it. I completely forgot. So what about now?
It doesn't show. Oh yeah, I can see now.
Okay, fine. Should I start it afresh or what?
So we can continue.
Okay. So we're going to write this as negative x plus 1 log 3, negative x plus 1 log 3 equal to log 8. Equal to the log of 8. So if it is like this, we are looking for the value of x, right?
Yes.
So we have to make negative x plus 1 the base, the subject of the formula, meaning that we are going to divide both sides by log 3 in the next step.
Okay.
So we'll have negative x plus 1
Yes.
log 3 divided by log 3. Log 3 over 3 is equal to log 8 over log 3. So on your calculator, you can do log 8 over log 3 and tell me what it gives you. So this 2 will cancel. One will cancel. This one. And then will remain with negative x plus 1 negative x plus 1 equal to. So what is log 8 over log 3?
It gives me 1.2.
What?
1.3.
It gives you 1.2. Okay, let me check something. Log 8 over log 3. It gives me 1,89,278,9,89261. Wanda, how did you get 1,2? Because this is what I get.
I'm doing it again. I'll tell you. But it was 1.2 something. Yeah, it says 1.2244612223.
Okay. Did you do log 8 over log 1?
No, I did log 8 over log 3.
Like this one?
Yes.
Because on my side it gives me 1,8927,89261. You should reset your calculator. Like on your calculator, press shift, right? Press shift on your calculator and then 9.
9.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll see it says clear. Number 1 is for setup.
1 is setup.
Memory. Press
all.
3. Press 3 to reset all. And then after pressing 3, press equal to. It will reset. Then AC to cancel and then start again. Log 8 over log 3. And don't forget to use brackets. Must be in brackets, because when you press log on its own, it opens a bracket.
Yes, in bracket, but I didn't press brackets. I should put them in brackets.
Yes, like 8 should be in bracket. Because when you press log, it opens bracket. So you 8 and then close the bracket, then go to the bottom and then log, and then 3, close the bracket.
Okay. The same. Are still the same.
You have to sell your laptop, your calculator. If it still gives you the same, just sell it.
Yeah.
Check the message that I sent you on WhatsApp. So okay, on the next step, we're going to transpose +1 to the other side, meaning that we're going to have negative x equal to 1,892789261. And bear in mind that when you're still on the step, you cannot round off this number. Just write it as it is, because if you round it off, it will ruin your answer. So 1,89278. Okay, let me just, to save time, on log 8 over log 3 subtract 1. Negative, hey man, negative x equal to 0.892727892607. And then to complete this, we're going to multiply the whole thing by -1. So the value of x will be equal to negative 0.8927892607, and then let's round it off to the nearest to 2 decimal places. So if you're going to round it off to 2 decimal places, so the value of x will be, when you're rounding off, you must say it's approximate, or is approximately equal to, meaning that it's not exactly, it's not exact.
Okay.
Or almost, yeah, it's approximately equal to negative 0.89, round it to 2 decimal places. So yeah, there goes your answer. By just doing this, you are done. So
Wow.
Can you put me, I said something important.
So the second question, it says, if h of x equal to 3 to the exponent x, explain what transformation has f has what transformations f has undergone to become h. So the transformation that happened here, they shifted h by 3 units up. Okay, h was shifted by 3 units up and 1 unit to the left, and also reflected along the y-axis. That is the transformation that h took. To become f. It was shifted by 3 units up. It's more like if you can draw the graph of f, No, man. F was shifted, not H. F was shifted. If you draw the graph of H, you will see what happened. If you can draw a graph. If you draw the graph of H, you'll see what happened to F to become H. Let me just quickly draw the graph of H for you. You'll see what happened.
Okay.
Okay, let me switch to the other screen. Do you see the graph or?
No, it's not visible.
Okay, let me share it. Now, do you see it?
Yes.
Yes. This one is the graph of H. Let me just quickly check the question. Yeah, this one is the graph of H, and this one is the graph that we had before. So you can see what transformation did the graph of. Okay, I'm trying to avoid these things, and I don't know how to avoid them. Like, they are disturbing me. So yeah, it was somewhere here. So if we're going to move it by 3 units up, it will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, it will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 unit to the left, which will be to the left, and then we reflect it along the y-axis. As you can see, they are facing different directions.
Yes.
So it means that it has been reflected. If you put a mirror on the y-axis, you will see the reflection of this graph.
Okay.
So I want to edit this thing on. Okay, so let me add something. Let's go back to what we were doing. So we are done with that question. Now we move to question 7. A lot of people, they complain about financial mathematics, but it's not that deep.
Not that what?
It's not that deep.
I am so fine.
The first thing that you must do when you get to an exam, relax. The reason why it becomes difficult is because you're panicking most of the time. So here's the question. The first question, it says, Mr. Mabucha wants to purchase a house that cost 850,000. He is required to pay a 12% deposit and he will borrow the balance from a bank. Calculate the amount that Mr. Mabucha must borrow from the bank. So once you see a question like this, when looking at deposit, if they're saying it's a deposit, unless if it was an increase, but if it's a deposit, it means that we are going to subtract the deposit percentage from 100% because it always increases or decreases from 100%, right?
Yes.
So we are going to subtract the deposit percentage from 100%. We are having a 12% deposit, right? So we'll say 100 subtract that 12%. How much is it? It's 88. This is the percentage that we're going to work with. So after finding 88, you're going to say 850,000 that we are given, 850, 1, 2, 3, multiplied by 88 over 100.
Okay.
88 over 100. And it gives you 748,000, right?
Yes.
So 784,000 is the amount that he must borrow from the bank. Or alternatively, you can say, once you are given 12%, right? You can say 850,000 multiplied by 12%.
Okay.
It will give you an answer. Multiplied by 12 over 100. So which equals to?
By 12 or 12 over.
Yeah, you're saying 850,000 times 12 over 100. Once you get the answer, just let me know what the answer is. Are you punching it?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
It gives me 100.
102,000, right? It gives you this amount. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, fine. On the next step, it's a long process, but it's not that long. On the next step, you're going to say 850,000. Subtract the amount that you got, which is 102,000. So how much does it give you?
After the table, you see, like simple questions. If I'm coming, other questions.
700,000.
Huh?
710,000.
748.
Yes.
1,000. So you can see either way you still get the answer, but you can choose to go straight. If they said it was an increase, then you were going to add this 12% from 100%, and then it would be 112, and then you'd say 850,000 times 112 over 100. But because it's a deposit, it's a decrease. Just like when they say they give you a discount, if it was a discount, then you subtract the discount percentage from 100%, because they always increase or decrease from 100%.
Okay. So if it's add to 100.
What?
If it's increased, add to that.
You add that increase amount.
200.
Yes.
Okay.
And my advice is, if you're writing a math paper and then it says it's 2 marks, it says it's 2 marks, it means that you must spend 2 minutes for that question. You spend a minute for a mark. If it's 1 mark, 1 minute or less, because you're going to write for 3 hours. So if you spend more than 5 minutes on a question that has only 2 marks, then you have a problem, because you're not going to finish.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's go to question 7.2. It says the bank charges interest at 9% per annum compounded monthly. So before we can even get to that, you should remember this table. Okay. How many are they? The table, like that will guide you. Like if it's monthly, let me just, okay. Two columns and 5 rows. Let me just add 5 rows. Okay. If they say it's compounded monthly, then it means it's 12 months. Then quarterly, you divide by 4. Yearly, 1. Half yearly, or same, yeah, half yearly. 2. What else? Weekly. Weekly, it's 52. Okay, let me add something. And then if they say it's daily, it will be 365. So most yearly can also be called annually.
Yes.
So half yearly, you can also refer to it as biannually. So this is how it is. So let's look at our question. It says the bank charges interest at 9% per annum, compounded monthly. Okay, it's compounded monthly. So monthly, compounded monthly, it means that we're going to divide by 12. On the loan amount, Mr. Mabuja works out that the loan will carry an effective interest rate of 9.6% per annum. Is his calculation correct or not? Justify your answer with appropriate calculations. Okay, so let's start with this question. We are going to calculate the effective interest rate. The effective interest rate. So let me just insert a formula for this. The formula for effective interest rate is 1 plus I economic freedom fighters equal to in bracket 1 plus the nominal interest rate over m to the exponent m. To the exponent m. So m, it comes from these guys. So if it was monthly, if it's monthly, it will be 12. If it's quarterly, it's 4. If it's yearly, it's 1. If it's half yearly, it's 2. If it's weekly, it's 52. And if it's daily, it's 365. So okay, let's replace by what we have. So 1 plus I economic freedom fighters equal to 1 plus the nominal interest rate that we're given is 0.09, right? It's 9%. So you convert it to decimals. 9 divided by 100, it gives you 0.09. So we're going to replace this one by 0.09, 0.09, and then it's compounded monthly. So replace m by 12 and raise it to the exponent 12. So that is the first step. On the second step, we're going to transpose this one to the right hand side. So let's take one across, meaning that on the left hand side we're going to remain with IEFF. EFF is for effective interest rate, equal to 1 plus 0.09 0.09 over 12 to the exponent 12. Subtract that one that we brought across. So you can simply work this on a calculator, it will give you an answer. So 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent 12, subtract 1. Okay, IEFF equal to, it gives me 0.0938068989767. So convert it to percentage by multiplying the amount that you got by 100. If you multiply it by 100, it gives me 9.38 as it continues. So let's round it off to one digit. So if you round it off, because it's 9.38, it will be 9.4, and this is always approximately equal to 9.4%.
Okay.
And then by so doing, you are done.
Okay.
So that equals your answer. your effective interest rate equal to 9.4%. But then the question was not saying calculate the effective interest rate. It said Mr. Maboja works out that the loan will carry an effective interest rate of 9.6% per annum. Is this calculation correct? Since we didn't get 9.6%, then we can conclude by saying his calculation is wrong or is incorrect. It is incorrect. So we can proceed to 7.3. It says Mr. Maboja takes out a loan from the bank for the balance of the purchase price and agrees to pay it back over 20 years. His repayments start 1 month after his loan is granted. Determine his monthly installment if interest is charged at 9% per annum compounded monthly. When you deal with a loan, it means you're going to use the formula for present value, right? If it's a loan, it's present value. You're going to use that formula for present value. So let me quickly write down this formula for present value. It says P equal to lending. We are dealing with a loan unless it was an investment. P equal to X and then square bracket 1 subtract open bracket 1 plus I bracket to the exponent negative n. Negative n square bracket. So this is the formula that we use when we are dealing with a loan, using the present value method. So if we look at the question, what are we supposed to calculate? The monthly installment, right? So the monthly installment in this case is X, meaning that we are going to calculate X. So if you want to calculate X from this formula, like you have everything, the only thing that you lack is the value of X. So what do you do? Because we have the loan amount, which is 748,000. We have the interest rate, which is 9%. We have a number of years, which is 20 years compounded monthly. So what do we lack? The only thing that we lack is the value of X. So I'm going to show you the formula to calculate X. So if you want the value of X, okay, let me just copy this thing because I'm gonna need it. This is how to calculate X. Okay. We are going to take this one down. So the formula to calculate X, you're going to say P, which is your present value, P times I. P times I over x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the exponent negative n equal to x. So this is the formula to calculate x. If you are given the present value amount, you have the interest, you have the number of years. So when you're given everything but you don't have the value of x, this is what you're going to use, the formula that you're going to use. So we're going to use this formula.
Okay.
So x equal to the present value amount is 748,000, right? Okay, let me just use a fraction. It's 748,000, and then we are going to multiply it by 0.09, which is the interest amount. And remember, it's compounded monthly, meaning we're going to divide by 12, and then this side we have 1 minus in bracket 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent. It's negative 20 times 12 because it's compounded monthly. So we divide with 12 and then we multiply n by 12. And then let's close the bracket. So yeah, this is 4 marks. You can just go straight to the answer, man. You don't have to sweat. 748, unless you want the long step, like how we arrived at this formula that I've highlighted.
Yeah. Which one I understand?
Yeah.
Which one I understand best?
Okay. So, do you want to know how we arrived at the formula?
The formula? No, I do not.
Okay. No, I mean the one that we have highlighted.
Oh, the one of x equals to p multiplied by I.
Yes. You know where it comes from?
Is it not coming from that one of p equals to x?
Yes, that's
into
where it
one. Yes.
So the value of x is 6,729 rand 95 cents. You can just leave it like that. So his monthly installment will be 6,729 rand 95 cents. So we are done with this question. We're going to the last question. So going to the last question, it says, Mr. Mabuja can afford to repay 7,000 per month. How long will it take him to repay the loan amount if he chooses to pay 7,000 as a repayment every month? Meaning that we're going to use this 7,000 as our X value. And then what are we going to calculate? We are going to calculate the value of n. So the value of n is what we're going to calculate. Let me just copy the formula and then replace quickly. So x in this case will be our 7,000, right? So we're still using the 0.09% because it's 9% compounded monthly. So it's compounded monthly over 12. Yeah. The exponent negative n, we don't know the value of n, so we leave it like that. So let's go to the denominator and fix this. I is 0.09 over 12 over 12, but then we know the value of p, which is 748,000. So we know the value of p. So next step, we'll take 0.09 over 12 and multiply it with 748,000 to, or rather we'll multiply both sides by 0.09 over 12. So we'll multiply this side by 0.09 over 12 and this side by 0.09 over 12. So 0.09 over 12 will cancel 0.09 and then we'll be left with 748,000 equal to 7,000 into 1 minus into 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent negative n. So that is the second step. We're multiplying both sides by 748,000 to deal with this fraction. So 748,000 multiplied by 0.09 over 12 over 12 equal to 7,000 into 1 minus in bracket 1 plus 0.09 over 12 over 12 to the exponent negative n. So the next step, we're going to divide both sides by 7,000. So we're going to divide this side by 7,000 and also this side by 7,000. So we'll have, okay, firstly, let's simplify 748,000 times 0.09 over 12. And just put a simplified one here before we even divide by. So if you try maybe 748,123 times 0.09 over 12, it equals to 5,610. 5,610, and then this side will divide it by 7,000. If we were to divide the side by 7,000, 7,000 will cancel 7,000, and the only thing that will remain, it will be what is inside the square bracket. So we can remove this square bracket. So on the next step, we're going to take this one, the whole of this thing, to the left-hand side. This one and 5,610 over 7,000 will switch places. So it is negative this side. So when it crosses the equal sign, it becomes positive. So it will be equal to 1 subtract 5610 over 7,000. Over 7,000. Okay, if you were to deal with something like this, like the highlighted part, 1 minus 5,610 over 7,000. If it's 1, subtract a fraction. So what you do, you just draw a division line, right? And then put 7,000 under it. And then on top, just say 7,000 subtract what is on top, and then you are done.
Yeah.
So it will be 1,390. 1,390 you divide it by 7,000 because we're dividing by 1. So if you're dividing by 1, okay, let's go to the next day. Okay, in the meantime, you can work out what's 1 plus 0.09 over 12. I said if you have a situation like this, which is 1 minus or 1 plus, what you do is to just take 7,000, write it as a denominator, and then on top, what you're going to do is 7,000 subtract the numerator. So what is 7,000 subtract 5,610?
It says 1,390.
1,390, right?
Yes.
So let's just write it as 1,390. Okay, fine. We have 0 here, we have 0 here. This 0 will cancel this 0. This 0 will cancel this 0, then we are left with 139 over 700. So what is 1 plus 0.09 over 12? This side.
0.09 divided by 12.
Once you get it, just tell me the answer so that I can write it.
Now I got 403 divided by 400.
103 divided by 400, okay. Equal to 139 over 700.
139 over 700.
So here's the next step. We're going to use the law of logs. So we're having something like this, right? So
Yes.
to just make it simple, we're going to say negative n must, our exponent is negative n. I can equal negative n equal to, this one will be treated as a base and this one as a power, something like that. So we'll say negative n equal to log 139 over 700 139 over 700 to the base 403 over 400. Punch it on a calculator, but you have that log, the one that looks like this one.
Yeah, I do have, but it's the one that was giving me a problem last time.
Okay, if
again.
I do it 403 over 400 and then 139 over 700.
400.
Tell me if you get this number.
Okay. No, it doesn't
If
give
it's
anything. Say the error.
It says error.
Mm.
Okay, fine. Let's do it this way.
My calculator is sick.
Let's do it this way. So if it's like this, you can say log 403 over the number.
403.
It can be written this way.
Over 400.
403 over
It gives me 0.0032.
Oh, wait, it's 403 over 400 negative n. Equal to log 139 over 700 over 700. So this negative n, we can move it here to multiply log 403 over 400. So next step we'll say negative n. On the next step, we'll have negative n log negative n log 403 over 400 over 400 is equal to log 139. Let me just copy it. Because we are looking for the value of n. So next step, we're going to divide both sides by log 403 over 400. So we're going to say negative n log 403 over 400 divided by log 403 over 400 is equal to log 139 over 700 divided by log 403 over 400. So here's the first, the second step. This side, the whole of this side. Okay, the whole of man. Okay, let me delete this one for now. The whole of the side divided by log 403. Log 403 over 400. Over 400 is equal to on this side over log 400. Four 03 over 400. So this side, log 403 over 400 will cancel log 403 over 400.
Yes.
Meaning that we will remain with negative n.
Negative n.
Will remain with negative n equal to, okay. So can you work this one out on a calculator? Negative n equal to
log 130. Divided by 700. 403 over 400. Your input 0.6988.
on my side, it gives me the same answer that it gave me. It says it's negative 216, 3548, 3548, 168. So because it's negative and negative, and we're calculating for the value of n, we're going to divide both sides by negative. So if we're going to divide both sides by negative, well, the value of n will be equal to, we're just dropping the negative because we are dividing by positive, but we are calculating for the number of years. So 216, if we round it off to 2 decimal places, it will be 216.35, and then we divide what we got by 12. So we're going to divide 216.35 by 12. It will give us the value of n. And don't forget to say n is approximately equal to. N is approximately equal to 18 years. Because if you say this